During 2013 and 14, 28% of all victims of crime were aged under 25. Whilst it is important to focus on how the police deal with children who are in conflict with the law, the fact is that children are more likely to be a victim of crime than a perpetrator. In its 2011 thematic review on policing with and for children and young people, the board made 30 recommendations to the PSNI in relation to how they deal with young people. Policing with and for young people continues to be a major focus for the Policing Board in its human rights work, and this year's annual report details the work being carried out in relation to youth engagement clinics and training for police officers. In holding the PSNI to account and ensuring that human rights is at the core of their work, the board consults with and listens closely to stakeholders throughout the children's sector.
There's some really good things, but when it comes to engagement on the ground, particularly with children and young people, it's patchy, it's not consistent, and young people are reporting to us, very differing levels of service that they're getting. Police have a difficult job, no one's arguing, but they could do it better, as anybody could. I do think they understand that. I do think PSNI are in a better place than they were, say, 10 years ago, but they still have a way to go to ensure consistency and quality of service, whether it's in Downpatrick or whether it's in Belfast or whether it's in rural Fermanagh. There needs to be a consistency of service, and they still have a way to go to crack that nut. Question I have for the Chief Constable is, if you have the massive cuts you need to make, do you know what impact it will have if you make those cuts? The question I have for the Policing Board is, how are you going to hold the Chief Constable to account? How are you going to make sure that what he tells you will be the impact of cut A? How are you going to make sure that that's right and that he can measure that?
I think one of the things that the Policing Board has actually asked the PSNI to do is to improve its youth engagement activity. And I'm very worried that the removal of the Policing with the Community Fund is really going to inhibit the ability of the organisation to engage with young people and with local communities. And I think where the relationship between young people and the police is poor, it's much more likely that things happen which impact on the rights of young people in terms of tensions in communities. And the police may be going in with assumptions that might actually change if they have a relationship with the community and they know some of the young people that live there.